So the Judgment Day, they've been at the top of the villainous mountain on Monday Night Raw every single week. They open the show, right? It seems like JD opens a 3-hour show of Monday Night Raw every week. No knock at them, it's just the position they've put themselves in. Maybe a little bit of overexposure. We can hear some of you nitpicking with your tweezers in the comments, but there could be a new big bad guy on Monday nights for WWE. It's Sportskeeda Wrestling. I'm Kevin. Tell me who's your favorite heel of all time in the comments. There's still a lot of good things about the bad things that the Judgment Day are doing. But if they continue to have main events with the variation of Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso versus them, people are gonna start tuning out of Monday Night Raw pretty quickly. Though things are gearing up for some type of big collision at Survivor Series that makes sense with all the months of turmoil between these two sides. There could be a quick solution to this, something that doesn't have to do with any of those players, but has to do with a certain Scottish two-time WWE World Champion. As of now, it's more of when Drew McIntyre is going to turn to the dark side rather than if he is. Yes, it seems like it's on the horizon. WWE is making it less and less subtle that this two-time champion who carried the company on his back during those Thunderdome days, yes, those early dark days of the pandemic without any fans present, Drew was the guy reaching out through the camera screen in that silent studio after defeating Brock Lesnar in what should have been the crowning moment of his life. And through the awkwardness of us all worried at home, he was our hero. But now, in 2023, with the circumstances completely different across the board for WWE, he must now play a completely different role on Monday Night Raw. The Red brand is pretty well covered on the babyface good guy side of things. Seth Rollins is completely outlandish and is confidently one of the best big match players in the business. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, has that looming opportunity with WrestleMania on the horizon, and he can certainly lead a squad into War Games. And a revived Jey Uso is still now making his way as a babyface outside of the bloodline on his own. But it's a tad bit lacking on the other side. It's pretty much all Judgment Day. But you can also factor in Gunther, who is legitimately one of the strongest champions in all of wrestling right now. But until he loses this WWE Intercontinental Championship, which he now has a record-breaking reign in counting, he's going to remain his own, kind of like his own thing outside of it, with his own set of challengers. Your Chad Gables, your Tommaso Ciampas, your Bronson Reeds. Now who is going to be that other guy, the disruptor? The top heel role still belongs to the Judgment Day, with Finn Balor having already failed twice to become the World Heavyweight Champion, Dominic Mysterio getting nuclear heat wherever he goes, but it doesn't seem like he's World Championship material. The obvious answer to that is Senior Money in the Bank Damian Priest. But will Priest be able to be more than a temporary placeholder if he successfully cashes in that briefcase? Or is he going to be a transitional champion to get somebody on the road to WrestleMania? The answer is up in the air. Something that is a little bit more centered is Drew McIntyre. He's an established champion. He understands how to play that role. He's won the Royal Rumble and even is a one-time WrestleMania headliner, once again during those challenging circumstances. When the pressure is on, Drew delivers. A character change for him has been a long time coming. Since things cooled off for him and the pandemic times ended and fans came back, he never got that crowning moment. Drew came close in the UK at Clash at the Castle, and Solo Sikoa was introduced and he couldn't beat Roman Reigns, and he never had that same type of momentum. Still had big matches and debate about whether or not he would stay with WWE, though that seems to have been cleared. Now, 4 years have passed since that time, and we know we can't believe it either, and it seems a bit counterintuitive to keep the same character without expecting him to go stale. Thankfully, Pop H, Triple H knows better and has begun working on the villainous turn that is slowly and steady and organically building up. The best way it can possibly happen in 2023. This isn't like back in the 80s or 90s where it's a sudden, oh, I never saw it coming type thing. No, it's a slow build, a descent into darkness. Darth Vader didn't become Darth Vader in a day. Yeah, rather than him simply coming back and attacking a babyface randomly, they've turned him into a superstar that's gotten increasingly better, but also is validating his motivation. But that's what's really good is that he has valid reasons to be bitter, and everyone else has a valid reason not to like him for it. He has credibility. He never got the respect he deserves, and now he's out to get it. You can look at it from both perspectives, and it feels completely justified. On one hand, you have stars like Seth Rollins, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Sami Zayn calling him out for his hatred of Jey Uso. But remember, Jey Uso was a part of costing him championships when he was the good guy that people were challenging to go get him, go beat up the bloodline. And when it didn't happen for him, and Roman Reigns had the help of his entire family, including Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre has completely valid reasons to resent Jey Uso. Yes, turmoil, unrest. And when you look at it from his point of view, Drew McIntyre has every reason to be pissed off about that and anyone who defends him. And also acknowledging that the biggest moment of his career was something that happened with no fans present. The theory of a villain in WWE who has a clear emotional motivation to pursue a destructive mission that others find questionable lines up with the type of psychology laid out by WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley, who has portrayed some dense, out there, demented characters in his own time. The best villains are the ones who believe they are not the villains in their own story, but the other way around. He's likely going to have to lose to Seth Rollins for this to happen, and when it does, the payoff is going to be worth it, because maybe that's the switch that fully turns him into the shadows. Triple H has taken inspiration from the classic playbook of wrestling, and this is his way of telling fans that good things come to those that wait, and badass things come for new bad guys.